Continue with the show. What about if a guy just tuned in somewhere?
Yeah,
like,
doesn't know what you're doing.
He's lost it, man. You should do the church lady more.
I gotta ask you. I know that we have something in common. We have a lot of things in common, but we're both huge Beatles fanatics, and we've talked about that over the years. And I just have to ask you what your take is on Paul McCartney now collaborating with Kanye West.
Well, the interesting thing was they said, wow, Paul McCartney with Kanye West, he's got his new John Lennon, his new partner.
Yeah.
You know? And I thought, really? I don't know. It's a tall order. So I always wanted to, hear Lennon talking to Paul from heaven, Hello, Paul. Mr. Hello, Paul. I heard you made a song with a Kanye West. Oh, yeah, I did, John. I made a little plunker, I sat at the keyboard for a plunkily dude, And we came up with a real toe tapper, Well, what is his lyrics about? What does he write about? Well, he's sort of what we used to call a chest thumper. He's like a chest thumper. He talks about how great he is. Remember when you said the Beatles were more popular than Jesus? He thinks he is Jesus. That's a sample. It's 5 minutes long now.
Does John Lennon ever ask him about, like, his wife or anything like that?
Well, yeah.
Does he ever get into Kim Kardashian?
Well, does he have a woman, because does he have a woman behind him? Oh, yeah, he's married to a terrific gal by the name of Kim Kardashian. What does she do? Well, it seems so mean. I do it on this stand-up special for 5 minutes. That's a tease. Netflix, November. All right.
All right. I was curious because you always had fantastic material. I'm just curious when you were starting out. I think it was San Francisco where you were starting out. What was your early material like?
Well,
before you had really gotten yourself established.
God awful. I used to do, one of my go-tos was, this goes way back, sorry folks, Katharine Hepburn trying to start her car, which was just,
What's wrong with that? I like that.
It was god awful.
I like that.
Jimmy Stewart swearing was the big one.
Really?
Jimmy Stewart is a waiter. Well, what if you can't? Well, you just can't make up your mind what you want. Well, yeah. Still works. All those.
Oh, you used to do Jimmy Stewart being pleasured orally.
Oh yeah,
and that was one of the craziest things. I used to cry because I was always asked you to do it, and you would do it for me.
Yeah, being orally. Yeah. Well, Well, just stop for a minute and look at it. Why is it still working? Who are these people? He's been dead for 30 years.
It's still funny. It's funny for all of time.
Well, when I still occasionally... Thank you. That's really... It's great to make Andy laugh.
Yes, yeah.
It's an odd request.
Yeah, well, now poke at it a little bit. So, you guys remember him from It's a Wonderful Life, right? That's why Jimmy Stewart still resonates.
Yeah.
What else is on the card?
Nothing. I'm talking to you.
I know.
This card has nothing on it. Anyway, no, I did remember you telling me that you hung out with David Bowie once, and I haven't talked to you since he passed away.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of interviewing him a few times, but you got to really hang out with him for a long time.
I was just on SNL. We went, Dennis Miller and John Lovitz and I were walking around after the show in the middle of the night, and we were at the Columbus Cafe, which was and it was empty, and in the back was Mick Jagger and David Bowie, and we sat with them, and it was really cool, and Jagger goes, we're quite famous. And they were smoking weed. Is that okay to say or whatever? This was a long time ago.
What are you talking about?
And then Bowie, I don't do a Bowie, but it's like, would you fellas like to go dancing? David Bowie to us. And Dennis is like, Christ's sakes, of course we will. Ground control, Uncle Fred Astaire over here. John's like, I love it. So we went downtown, and David Bowie, we got on the dance floor, and the three of us, awkward, and Bowie did all these cool moves, and he taught us this kind of turnaround 360.
David Bowie taught you a turnaround move?
Yeah, turnaround move.
Can we see it? Can we see it?
I'd have to be on the hardwood, though. Can I go down there?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.